You're welcome to the Alphaglam. My name is Adekunle, a pro makeup artist and your go-to person for everything skincare, beauty, daily and lifestyle. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to achieve this beautiful radiant makeup look. I'll be showing you the process, the products and everything I used in achieving this look. And if this is something you like to watch, kindly keep on watching.
Starting with my Dr. Rachel's toner, as you can see, I look a bit crusty right here, so I'm using my toner to tone my face and make sure my face looks balanced. And I'll be going into this 9-less azelaic acid just to treat my skin. It has 10% azelaic acid to help me control my oil production, also reduce the acne and every other thing that grows on my face overnight. Yeah, it's tiring, but honestly you just have to keep treating. And once I am done with this, I'll be going into this simple hydrating moisturizer. I have been using this moisturizer for the past 3 years now and it has never failed me. It is a very nice moisturizer. Apart from the fact that it stings a little bit when you apply it, every other thing is good. And yes, I'll be using this to moisturize my face.
Now that I have done my skin prep, I'll be mattifying my face. I'll be going into my primers. I'll go into this gentle dope primer first. It works, but for my oily skin, in 2 hours I tend to start bringing out oil. I think this primer is basically good for people that have combination skin, like the oil is not as ridiculous as mine, or their skin is not that oily. So if your skin is not that oily, you can use this. It works. But for oily skin, I need to go into other things to make sure it is matte enough.
Please kindly disregard every background noise that you hear in this video. That is because my mic was acting funny when I was filming this video, and I don't know, all the chickens in my house just started making noise. Yeah, so please, I apologize if you hear a lot of noise and all that in the background. So I am currently massaging this gentle dope primer into my forehead, into my chin, into my nose, places where I get oily. You want to make sure that you apply enough and not too much so that you don't break or it does not spoil your makeup. Now I'll be going into my second primer, classic mattifying primer.
So before you mix primers together, please guys, be sure that the ingredients match each other, because this can break your makeup, so you have to be careful. I'll just be applying it on top. You can see, I think it was some other primers, it would have been rolling into balls. Yeah, so you have to be sure that they work hand in hand together.
If you are interested in knowing what type of primer works together, kindly search for my primer video on this channel, and if you want an updated video, kindly drop your comment.
And that's one of the reasons why I do not use my sunscreen, because my sunscreen is like a film. It does not allow all these things enter into my skin as much as I want them to enter into my skin. Yeah, so applying my face again. I like to make sure that the primer is very dry on my face. For my foundation, I'll be going into this. I'll be mixing this with this. It is finished, but I need to make sure I use my whole money, because this foundation that was formerly 5,000 before, it is now 17,500. I have a new one that I already bought, but this one, it must finish. Take it a bit like that. Because my face is so fine.
It's funny how I made that statement then, and now my face is filled with so much acne. Like there's nothing that is balanced in this world. So right now I am applying the mix of my Maybelline Super Stay in Mocha and my L'Oreal True Match Foundation in shade C11.
Like I always say, make sure you blend one part properly first before moving to the next.
Blending your foundation is actually very key when it comes to makeup, because like the word implies, foundation is like the beginning, of the whole makeup process, excluding the primer though, because the primer is also a foundation that you also have to be careful about. Right now, I'll just be blending with my damp beauty blender on my nose, under my eyes, all over my face. And like I stated earlier, you want to blend a particular portion of your face before moving to the next portion. And guys, can you see my lashes? Yeah, I did these cluster lashes, and I have a video on my channel showing you how to fix your cluster lashes. It actually takes a lot of work off you when your lashes is done before your makeup. Yeah, so that is that, and this is the finished result of the foundation. See how good it looks. Now I'll be going into this Golibe palette.
I'm going into this color for my blush.
And you want to apply the blush on the highest point of your chin. Yes, just the way I am applying it. And guys, one thing I realized about this Golibe palette is that the blushes are so pigmented. Like, I did not know it was this pigmented till I started applying it, and god, I had to blend before I got what I wanted. Yeah, so this is me blending it. And if you want to purchase the Golibe palette, just know that the blushes are pigmented and you have to be careful in applying it. Very important. I'm also applying it on my forehead just to give color to my forehead so I don't look too boring. Yeah, so that is it.
Don't worry, the blush will reduce. But right now, we both know that the blush here is what? Really pigmented. Under eyes, I think I will go into this color. Yes, to highlight my under eyes, I'll be going into this color. Let's see. But one thing I'm not sure about is that it seems like the concealer is kind of oily. But let's see as it goes.
So I'll be applying the bright one at the inner corners of my eyes, and I'll also be applying it on the sides with a flat brush. You want to carefully apply it, and this is the process of just highlighting your face.
I need to lift up my eyes.
Applying concealer at the sides of your face just tends to lift up your face. You will see the illusion once you are done blending. Your face gives that illusion of a beautiful cat eye. And once I am done, I'll be going into this dark concealer on my forehead, the bridge of my nose, and my chin.
This my forehead.
There's a reason why I'm applying a darker concealer on my forehead, the bridge of my nose, and my chin. And that is because there are some parts of your face that are actually pronounced. Like you can see, I have forehead. Yeah, so if you're a lady with pronounced forehead, you don't want to put too much of attention on it, because this concealer and all that we are applying under the eyes and on the sides of the face, it is to bring attention to those places. And that's the concept of highlighting and contouring. Highlighting is to bring attention to a particular part of your face. Contour is to take attention away from a part of your face. So once that is taken, you want to make sure that you blend carefully. You don't want to drag the concealer under your eyes. This is very important. You have to also make sure that you blend and there's no creases under the eyes. As you can see, I'm taking my time to make sure that the under eyes, especially that thin layer under your eyes, yes, you have to make sure you blend it well and everything looks good and perfect. Yeah, Stephanie.
Going back to what I use for my foundation to blend everything together.
One thing I emphasize on this channel, especially when we are doing makeup tutorials, is that you want to have a clean bit, and to achieve a clean bit, you have to make sure that there are no demarcations on your face. Demarcations in the sense that people will see where your concealer, your foundation, and everything is starting. No, you want to avoid that, and that is the reason why I went into that my beauty blender, where the part where I used my foundation to blend everywhere. And now I'll be going into my Mirac setting powder in ginger. By now, I'm sure everybody knows this setting powder on my page, and honestly, I'm really scared because I don't want it to finish, but if you use something, it has to finish, right? Yeah. So right now, I'm blending that under eyes first before applying my setting powder so that it can be flawless. Because what you blend is what you get after setting your makeup. So you have to make sure you blend all those parts very well. And that is why when you use your setting powder after blending, you notice that there are some creases under your eyes. That is because you did not blend that part properly. So you need to learn how to blend as good as possible. Right now, I'll be going into my melanin powder in deep. So places where I did not apply my setting powder at all, you'll be using your finishing powder to just apply it all over your face. This is a mineral powder, finishing powder, mineral powder, pressed powder. They all work in this instance. And once I am done blending everywhere, and if you notice, I'm even using it for my blush and everything. This is just to reduce the demarcation that I was talking about. Now I am going into my bronzer. Like I always reiterate on this channel, for dark skin girls, I don't see the need for you to use contour. I feel like you dark already, so when you highlight your face is naturally contoured that way. So instead of going into a contour cream or a contour palette, you can go into a bronzer. A bronzer just gives that warm shine. It gives that nice glow to your face, unlike a contour palette or a contour cream where everywhere will be looking black and dark. For your bronzer, everywhere looks good. So I'll be using this bronzer also to contour my nose, also to accentuate the sides of my eyes. As you can see, I'm using that at that side of my eyes to just accentuate that cat eye. And now I'm going into my V Beauty blush palette. I'll be using it at the sides of my face. Guys, it's just me, but I think I'm getting blush blindness because the way I've been applying blush these days, painted by Esther. Oh my god, she has influenced all of us. And now that I am done applying my blush, I went into the same melanin powder I used earlier just to blend everything together. So you can see this brush is going all over my makeup. Everything I did earlier, I'm using it to blend everything together. Don't worry, the blush and everything will still come out, but this is just to reduce the demarcations, so everything will look naturally flawless together. To further accentuate my under eye brightness, I'll be using my Miracle setting powder again in ginger. This is to also catch fallouts from my eyeshadow, which I'll be applying shortly after this. Yes, so you just want this to just make sure the highlight is still popping after you are done. Then any other eyeshadow that you are going to be applying won't stick to the skin. I'll also be using it for my reverse highlight. But guys, when you do this reverse highlight, make sure you blend immediately, because the skin at this side of your face, they tend to quickly absorb powders. So if you don't blend it as fast as possible, you'll be seeing the ash lines, and remember, we don't want any ash lines. Now for my eyeshadow, I'll be going into this orange and wine. I'm also using the Cocoa Band eyeshadow palette. I'll be using this all over the crease of my eyes. Ladies, if you want to know how to apply your eyeshadow properly, I have a detailed eyeshadow tutorial on my channel. You can check it out, and if you want an updated one, kindly drop your comments. I am ready to oblige you. Yes, so right now I'll also be using a white eyeshadow on the lid of my eyes. Yes, this is just to open my eyes up, just to brighten that area of my eyes and not make it look too dull. So I'll be using this to just make everything pop. And ladies, when your eyeshadow palette is good, you don't need to apply eyeshadow primer. That is very important. That's why you notice that some people don't use eyeshadow primer and the eyeshadow pops. Yeah. Right now I'm going quickly into my brows, and for my brows I'm using my black pencil. This is the Ever-Chin black pencil. I'm using it to draw my first outline and my second outline. Then once I am done with that, I am filling my brows. I also have a detailed brow tutorial on this channel. Like, I have everything detailed after I've broken all this process. Yeah, I'm breaking them down into different videos where you can watch an in-depth tutorial about them. So right now I'm using my Davis brow pencil just to fill it in, and once I am done with this, I'll be going into that concealer that I used earlier. You want to go into a dark concealer, yes, under your brow, so that it does not look chalky. Yeah, and once I am done with this, you blend. Once you are done blending, then you go into your powder just to set that place and it does not look oily. Then the brush you use for your eyeshadow, you can just go a little bit into it just to blend it out, and that is that for your brow. Quickly, I'm going into my lips, and I am using this Ever-Chin black pencil to line my lips. I know there's a misconception about using black lip pencils on the lips, but ladies, if you are using other eyeliners, other lipsticks, and you're just using this as a base, you can get away with it. Also, I'll be using this Big Charm Ageless Lip Stain in orange, and also going into this So Pro Cosmetic Lip Gloss in Omo. So you can see the color have changed, so you just need to know how to work around it. Right now I'll also be going into my favorite Ezekiel lip gloss in Earth. Yeah, so I'm using this to just line it. So throughout the day, this lip gloss cannot move. and that is what differentiates the normal lip gloss and the basic ones that people will say it is moving. Yeah, this won't move. Now I'm going into my Fenty powder in 560 just to buttress the highlight under my face and also blend everything together. Now to line my eyes, I'll be going into this Colors Cosmetic eyeliner in black. I'll be using that on my waterline. Some people would like to bring it out of their waterline, but I think it's always prettier when you use it inside your waterline. Just accentuate your white eyes and just make you look very pretty. We are gradually getting to the end of this makeup tutorial, and I hope you love what you see. I'll just be using this black eyeliner just to accentuate and just give that winged eyeliner effect. Then I went into a brush just to wing it, just give that winging, so you don't need to go into liquid eyeliner once you do that. Now I'm going into my finishing spray, which is the Flawless Ivy finishing spray. But one thing I discovered is that after I use finishing spray, I tend to get oily, so most of the time I go into my setting powder again to just take away that shine off my face, especially under my eyes. Yes, I don't always like when it looks oily, and you know, as an oily girl, you just want to make sure you look matte as much as you can. So this is the final result, guys, and I am loving it.
Why so fine?
Like, really, why so fine? Yes, I'm going into this mascara, Blossom mascara 2-in-1. So I'm using this to just accentuate my lower lashes just to pop. But even without it, the beauty choke.
I think I love it.
So yes, guys, this is the final result, and honestly, I could not just stop staring at myself, and I really hope you guys learned something and you can recreate this look. Yeah, so let me give you some time to just get used to this beauty on your screen. Yes, guys.
Just to find them. I think hairstyles like this actually fit my face because I can't comprehend the amount of this beauty. God, this beauty is something like. So guys, we have come to the end of this tutorial, and I hope you love it as much as I do, because I really love the way everything is looking radiant, beautiful and colorful. So we have come to the end of this video, and please don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to drop your comments. I'll be reading and responding to them, and I'll see you guys in my next video.